Hello and welcome back to the Cackling Jack podcast for our special installment on the Evil Dead franchise. We are going to go ahead and take a look at the first episode and second episode of the Ash vs. Evil Dead TV show, which appropriately made its premiere on Halloween night.
Hannibalween.
Oh yeah, Hannibalween night. Sorry, yeah. And we are going to go ahead and just quickly share our thoughts on the TV show, if it translates, how it works as a TV show, if it's worth watching. Mike, what would you say your thoughts were on the Evil Dead or Ash versus Evil Dead?
Well, I got to say, just for context, as we just discussed, I saw this right after I saw the remake. So maybe I was just desperate. I was just thirsty to see some more good old-fashioned Evil Dead the way it was supposed to be done, whatever that means. Mm-hmm. But I loved it. I thought that the opening was especially great. It kind of showed some of that Sam Raimi genius at putting together a tight script under the cover of crazy stuff happening superficially. Because if I remember correctly, the way it opens is Bruce Campbell in a trailer park, his age, and they just deal with so many things so fast. He's in a trailer park. He's dancing in front of a mirror. He's getting ready to go out and pick up chicks. And what he's doing,
the leather corset.
Yeah, he's tightening a man girdle to try to suck in his gut. And his first fight scene, his first wacky Evil Dead fight scene, is with his man girdle. And he fights with that, and he sucks in his own gut and throws himself around the trailer. And then he picks himself back up after this embarrassing nonsense, throws on a leather jacket, throws on a fake mahogany wood hand, and just gives him, I swear to God, he gives himself a finger gun in the mirror. And then struts out to go down to the bar and pick up whoever's there at last call. And it's just this perfect opening where it's the Ash character as the same charismatic, deluded jerk that we left him as. It's Bruce Campbell going full wackitude. And it's making a good joke out of the fact that, Bruce Campbell is that much older now and looks and acts completely different. And it deals with his age, and it makes fun of him, and it shows his skill, and it reestablishes the Ash character. And this is like 30 seconds, and then we're off. It's great.
And the circumstances with which he brings back the evil from the Necronomicon is so appropriate. It's like the ending I told you guys for Army of Darkness, the international ending. Like, he screws up so badly, but yet it's what we would have expected from him. And the fact that he gets high one night with a girl that he picked up with from a bar. They smoke marijuana, and then they start reciting passages of the Necronomicon
Well, it's even better than that. Yeah, he picks up this barfly. Like you said, they get drunk, they get stoned, and she starts saying how much she likes poetry, man. Poetry is so romantic. I like this crazy gothic poetry. And he's like, I got something.
I got poetry.
Reads the Necronomicon at her.
Dumbass.
Yeah. By then, yeah, you got me. Good job. I'm in. I'm here. I'm back. Sherry, I thought that you mentioned that not necessarily to that scene, but you didn't have such a great reaction to it.
I wasn't overwhelmed by it. Maybe I'm not on the same level with the humor part. Like, I think they lost me with the tiny doll that attacks him. It was like the opposite effect of what the windmill scene had for me, with him fighting small things. It was like this tiny little porcelain doll that's trying to kill him, and I'm just like, oh, okay. I guess it's supposed to be funny. And then Jorge, or what is his name? Jorge? Who's the Hispanic kid?
Right, his sidekick in this.
Sidekick that comes in with the mustache. He looks very much,
Right, in addition to being the schlub who hangs out in a trailer park and whose hobbies are lying to women and getting drunk and reading from ancient spell books.
He still works at S-Mart.
Well, he works at like Value Mart or something like that.
Value Mart, yeah.
Something like that. Some,
Not
dollar
Walmart.
Yeah, a strip mall kind of thing. And the doll attack. So he reads from the Necronomicon, summons the evil back, and then the evil just starts doing, as usual, whatever the hell it wants to do. And it ambushes him in the back of Value Mart in the stock room with like cute little gingerbread-looking girly dolls, one of which comes out and tries to murder him. Was it with the screwdriver?
No, it was with a box cutter.
Yeah, oh, there we go.
Which is scary. Those
Yeah.
things are tough. Those are scary.
Yeah, and I actually kind of like that scene. I think we had opposite reactions to that because that's kind of one where they kept winning me because it was this great combination of this actually looks really creepy. This cute little doll with a box cutter, and it looked realistic. This is kind of where, they kind of use the computer effects, but it still looks like he's in the room with this doll that's gunning for his ankles and, again, his Achilles tendon, which, that squicks me out too for whatever reason. I don't know.
It hurts. It hurts like a mofo. If you've ever had anything happen to your Achilles tendon, you know. That's painful.
Yeah.
It's like the groin muscle. It hurts.
Yeah. And yet at the same time, it's hilarious. So I don't know. That just kind of seemed to hit the right note for me. Lindsay, did you get a chance to see any of this show?
I did not.
But if you have cable, it's on Stars, and I
think
you do. Yeah.
I do have Stars. I think I do.
Yeah, and also, I mean, I don't know what anyone else's reaction was to this, but they seem to they're still carrying over the same Ash character, so it's still kind of the same problem with Ash is not good with women. He's not good to women. He's not good with women. He's still like women get possessed and he calls them a bitch and bounces them off the floor, even if they were friends with him in real life. And, he's just hitting on barflies with the same, $10 pickup lines you'd find in the parts of the internet you don't want to go to. But at the same time, they see that it's more modern in that they're surrounding him with all these characters. There's two characters. There are cops. There's always a pair of cops. It's necessary to have a pair of cops in every TV show now, I'm convinced, no matter what it's about.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Who get attacked by deadites, and one of them kills her partner. And
I actually really enjoyed that scene.
Yeah, it's actually nice to see the deadites mess with someone else other than Ash and see how they handle that situation.
Yeah, and there's a really knockdown, drag-out scene, too. That was a pretty good one as far as Evil Dead, gore fight scenes go.
That was rough, yeah.
Scissor through the hands. Ugh.
Yes.
Yeah. And they're mutating and they're running on the ceiling and, she's getting beat up and she's killing them. And there's some kind of Hannibal reference because a guy got impaled on
on the antlers. Yes, that's exactly what I thought when I saw it. I was like, oh, you got Lindsay.
All the things we talk about exist in one universe, I swear.
Absolutely.
And Sherry, I know you're not big on the series so far, but I would say stick with it because from the preview of Lucy Lawless, the way they're building her character, she looks like she will be really awesome.
Yeah, and
she is a sweet spot for me. Talking about a girl crush.
Yeah, talk about another genre actor you would want to throw in a series to fight Bruce Campbell. That's perfect. Grabbing Lucy Lawless off the shelf and bringing her into this and giving her a character who's trying to hunt down Ash for some reason. The cop goes to her in a diner.
He's an idiot who keeps unleashing the evil from the comic.
Yeah, it's kind of what he deserves, isn't it? He's a jerk. He's a jerk to women, and he's a fool who keeps messing with the Necronomicon and unleashing demons at people. And now he's got two women who are pissed off at him and who have fought the Deadites and look like they're coming to get him. So that's a hell of I think that's a good way to structure the series at the start.
And I know I'm going to be jumping ahead a bit for the second episode, but the scene where you have Ash and the girl's mother that we presumed was dead, she comes back, and we kind of get the suspicion that she may be a Deadite, but Ash doesn't have the concrete proof. So here you have this nice, tense, almost paranoid, like something you would see out of Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Like, okay, is she really alive? Is this really who she is? Or is she really just a Deadite in disguise? And just the way that whole scene plays out is at least worth checking out. I definitely recommend episode 2 for that scene. And plus, it's Mimi Rogers. When was the last time we've ever seen her in anything?
That's true.
And she's pretty great, too.
Yeah.
Well, and more than that, actually, and that was something we somehow haven't talked about yet. One of the consistent traits of, I guess we're calling them the Deadites now, but of the Deadites through the whole series has been that after they possess someone, they can suddenly revert to their normal-looking form and plead for their lives and mess with your head so that when you're about to kill them or when you're about to trap them or something, they suddenly become, your sister or your best friend or your girlfriend or your dad, and then they plead for their lives to you in the voice of your loved ones. And that was always kind of a subtle, creepy thing, and it kept happening. It happened in every single movie, even the remake.
It does, yeah.
And to kind of take that idea and expand on it, like you said, Mac, and kind of make a thriller paranoia episode out of it where, you know, this could be a Deadite doing this long term, or it couldn't be. And you might accidentally kill a real person. That's kind of a great way to kind of stay true to what the series has established, and then make something new and cool with it that kind of takes advantage of the fact that, you know, this is TV now. You have a lot of time to work with.
Yep.
Kind of like what we talked about, one of the strengths of making a Hannibal Lecter movie into a Hannibal Lecter TV show. You can take your time with the things that had to be kind of small plot points before and turn them into something new. And I thought that, like you said, Mac, that was a really cool thing to do with kind of the rules they've established for the series to kind of make it into kind of almost a Hitchcockian themed couple of scenes. Don't know if someone's a Deadite or if someone's a person. So
and I love the Evil Dead 2 callback where she's singing the same lullaby of Henrietta when she's locked in the cellar.
Yeah. So, I'd say give it a shot. I'm going to give it a shot. They've got me so far. I think that they're remaining, you know, like I said, there's still some elements. It's hard to work with the Ash character in 2015, and I think that they're doing their damn best because, like I said, they're remaining true to the fact that he's basically a jerk, but he's also a hell of a fun jerk to watch, and kind of counterbalancing him with people who might develop into equally strong personalities so that he can be his jerk self and be fun to watch and kick ass with his chainsaw and do his one-liners. And at the same time, he's going to get what's coming to him for someone who keeps unleashing plagues of the undead on the world by being an idiot.
And one thing I do want to bring up is the music. At first, I was not a fan of the whole use of classic rock. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Deep Purple. I love the Amboy Dukes. But Joe LaDuca really is great with music, especially when it pertains to the Evil Dead. And I just wish they gave him more of an opportunity to exercise that muscle.
Yeah, I kept expecting the whole soundtrack to turn into like kind of an AC/DC album at some point.
Although I will say I love how they used Emerson, Lake and Palmer at the end of episode 2. I will forgive them for that because I love Emerson, Lake and Palmer.
Yeah, so basically, Sherry, do you have anything else to say about the TV show?
Not really. I mean,
it's literally brand new. It's episode 3 this week, and that kind of shows how endearing and enduring this whole thing has become. But yeah, we'll see where it goes. But basically, the same story from that first movie in 1979 is still on TV right now, and it's still going. Which is kind of a testament to this series, kind of all by itself.
And a testament to the fan base who, you know, are still large in number and still loyal to death for this series.
Yeah. And probably had the same, you know, reaction as a group of fanboys that I did after, you know, seeing the remake and then just seeing this come onto your screen. You're like, there it is. There it is again.
There it is.
The old magic is still there.
Okay, so
excellent.
It's
I think that's a good place to wrap it up.
Yeah.